Yo, what's up guys? I'm back here with another video. This time I'm going to be reviewing a 1981 or 1982. I don't know honestly, this title, this movie, I've done some research on IMDb. It says it came out on April 2nd, 1982. On Wikipedia it says September something 1982. However, on the back of it, it says it came out in 1981. So I'm not really sure when the hell this fucking movie came out, but this is called The Dorm That Dripped Blood. So let's say it's 1981, because I just like 1981 a lot better than 1982. But, yeah, a lot of great movies came out in 1981. But this one right here in particular is a movie not a lot of people talk about, and this is obviously the Dorm That Dripped Blood, and this is the uncensored director's cut. So which means it has like probably I think it was like 10 extra minutes, I believe, or I don't know. It has all the goriness that wasn't allowed back in the day when it first came out. Anyways, back at it came out in 1981 or 1982. Depends who do you trust, the Synapse films, Wikipedia, or IMDb. But they all have different time when it was released. Anyways, so okay, so this is rated R. It's a horror slasher, and it's one that not a lot of people talk about. It was on the Video Nasty list from the UK Video Nasty back in the 80s, when it was like there was a shitload of movies that were banned. I think it was like I can't remember how many there were, but there was a lot of movies that were banned from the UK due to the goriness and all that stuff. Yeah, so this movie runs at 1 hour and 28 minutes, and the synopsis is simple. 4 college students, which I think it says 4 college students, were stalked by an unknown creeper while staying on campus over the Christmas holiday to help out clean the dormitory, which was going to be demolished. The synopsis says 4, but there was a lot more than 4. I believe it was like 10 of them, or I don't know, it was like 8. It was more than 4. I remember more than 4. But yeah, I just saw this a couple of days back. And what I can remember of it is very, very gruesome. A lot of crazy fucking kills. You had a guy getting getting his head drilled in the back. You got unconscious people getting burned. Unconscious people getting strangled. A whole family getting killed. One of them with a baseball bat, and the baseball bat had nails on it. So that's pretty intense. That's pretty crazy. And on top of that, so this girl sees the dad die, the mom die, and then the killer gets a car and runs her over with the family car. So that's just insane. That's just crazy how all that shit happens. So it stars Lori Lipinski, Steven Sachs, David Snow, Pamela Holland, and Dennis Ely. It was directed by Jeffrey O'Brow and Stephen Carpenter, which they're both actually film students from UCLA, and they made this movie as their final, test project, I guess. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a study. They did this movie while being in school, and I think that's pretty cool. However, it had a budget of $90,000, and it grossed about $200,000. Stephen Carpenter did do a lot of directed a couple of movies. The Kindred in 1984, Soul Survivors in 2001. He also wrote a bunch of screenplays. He created the Grimm TV series that ran from 2011 to 2017. He also wrote the screenplay for The Man in 2005 and Blue Streak in 1999 with all the popularity that it got. I mean, it sure it did well. So I got a bunch of notes and stuff lying around here that I took about this movie. It was the debut film for actress Daphne Zuniga, who has done tons of movies, but also well known for the TV show One Tree Hill. I've never seen that show, but I'm sure it was really popular. She also starred in 1987 Spaceballs. She was Princess Vespa. She was also in The Fly Part 2 in 1989, and she was also in The Sure Thing in 1985 with John Cusack. I remember The Sure Thing. She was the lead character there. That was pretty cool. So this is her debut. So that's awesome that she started her career. Like a lot of people in the 80s, they started their careers in horror movie. So that's pretty cool. Again, it was banned in England because it made it to the video nasty list. The original title of this is The Third Night. However, this is also known as Pranks, which I'm going to later show you the cover for Pranks. And it's also known as Death Dorm. So it had multiple titles since its making. And finally, the real title, the correct title that is known is The Dorm That Dripped Blood. The gore had to be turned down a little bit just to make it into a rated R movie by the MPAA. And very interesting, though, this is the first film score for Christopher Young, which, by the way, the score of this movie hits a home run. The best thing in the movie, I think, in my opinion, is definitely the sound, the score, the scary scenes. It was incredible, flawless. So we know that Chris Young, right from the start, was a genius, musical genius. He composed this, and he has tons of compositions for many movies. I dare you to go to IMDb and search his name, Christopher Young. I wrote some of the stuff that he did the score for. He did the score for Urban Legends, Species, Hellraiser 1 and 2, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Drag Me to Hell, Spider-Man 3, Ghost Rider, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Grudge Part 1 and Part 2, Swordfish. The list keeps on and on and on and on. This guy has 258 titles under his belt of just a bunch of movies and shows and TV movies and everything affiliated with TV and movies that he has made the score for. Badass. He's a badass. He's a musical genius, and in my opinion, one of the best. He was really good. This movie, he started off with this movie, and it was freaking fantastic. Again, the kills were crazy. He boils a character is alive, boils him alive. The power drill to the back of the guy's head. The father gets killed with the bat and the nails. It's brutal death. Blood everywhere. They weren't lying when they say the dorm that dripped blood. I don't understand the title Pranks. I don't understand that title because there's really no pranks around there. Now, my personal thoughts on the movie. I think it had great pacing. It had pretty good pacing. The beginning was really good, really entertaining. Probably during like the middle part, the middle section, it kind of dragged out a little bit. So, it kind of feels like a little bit boring around that middle, getting to a third act type of thing. The reveal, they have this guy running around that obviously they want you to think that he's the killer. Some creepy guy running around, and they're blaming him for everything that's going on, and they actually think that he's a killer, but it has a twist at the end. It's very obvious, and the reveal wasn't too well done. It's by far not a perfect movie, but it has a lot of charm, and I think that a lot of people should talk about this movie a lot more than what they do. When I hear about slasher films, I barely ever hear this one, and I don't know why, because it was pretty damn good. The atmosphere was really good. They I don't know if it was a real dorm or they just rented the space, but the atmosphere was really good. The transfer was a little grainy. It wasn't all that great, but that made the movie, in my opinion, it made it a lot better. So, Practical effects were amazing. So this Blu-ray, it's a DVD and Blu-ray combo. It's released by Synapse. I don't think no one else has released it. It has a bunch of special features. Audio commentary featuring directors Jeffrey Obrow and Stephen Carpenter. Interview with composer Chris Young, which I saw that interview, really cool. And makeup FX creator Matthew Mungle. Isolated music track, original theatrical trailer, and reversible alternate artwork. Which the artwork is really cool because when you reverse it, the movie completely changes to pranks, and even on the spine, pranks. Even on the spine is gonna say pranks. So if you want to name it pranks, and then the back, it's the same as the house that dripped blood, the dorm that dripped blood. Excuse me. And yeah, man, it's really fantastic. A great release from Synapse. I don't know why was it called pranks. I guess to numb down the violence, like the dorm that dripped blood. I guess the British people thought it was too much of a violent title, so they just renamed it pranks. As far as the artwork on the discs, not too great. I mean, you got the guy getting drilled in the back of the head, and then you got this girl getting freaking, I don't know, suffocating her there. So yeah, so that's our artwork for the two discs. This is a great set. It's a great addition to any horror collector that is into slasher films, especially from the 80s. Practical effects were really good. And another thing that I gotta mention, the acting in this movie, awesome. Really, really cool acting. It didn't feel cheesy, or it didn't feel fake or dumb or you know, like typical low budget 80s. No, man, the acting was really, really, really cool. Really good acting. And I digged it. I'm gonna give this the dorm that dripped blood, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It was a solid film, pretty good. Not the best, not perfect by any means, but it was pretty good. The ending was pretty clever, and you know, it had a pretty nice twist. But I just think that it wasn't. I mean, the reveal wasn't done correctly. But other than that, 7 out of 10 is not a bad movie, man. I really recommend this, and go out there and check it out if you haven't. This is my review for The Dorm That Dripped Blood. Perfect for a grindhouse type of thing, double feature with something else. Yeah, that'd be cool. Anyways, till next time, hope you guys have enjoy your night. Sure, I gotta go to sleep now. It's getting late. Oh, so late. Bye. Later.